I also would like to welcome you all, and a special welcome to the Gruppo d'Italia Casina. Benvenuti tutti. They're from Italy and traveling as a group seeing Masters' shrines and are here with us for a period of time. Anyway, very nice to have you here. I'll read from Whispers from Eternity. There we go. This is Yogananda's Book of Prayer Demands. Let all rest in the shade of my peace. The breeze of thy love wafts through me, O Father. Leaves on my tree of life tremble gently in response to thy coming. My soul blossoms have begun to awaken. The rustling murmur of my thought leaves, whispering in the ether, calls to all matter-weary beings to come rest in the shade of my peace, received from thee. So, this is an interesting topic, and I've had a lot of thoughts about it, so I'll try to put them in a coherent manner. We live in such really amazing times right now, and I'm glad that the affirmation was on acceptance, because I think that is going to be a very important quality for all of us to, an affirmation for all of us to take on, starting right now if you haven't already. Yeah, because we live in a time of tremendous change. We know that, but we have to continually adjust to a lot. I don't know about all of you, but we've been through 3 or 4 databases in our Sangha office in the time that I've been there in 20 years. And it's like, each time it's like, whoa, a wave of, oh no, now how do we do the simple things I need to do here? That's just one very simple example. But there's really just basic things that are changing around us, and we have the great blessing, the great advantage of having the spiritual path. Because as Teresa of Avila said, tutto passa, everything passes, but God, not God. God alone is all you can really count on. And so knowing that, we have to really have that in action all the time, because we'll have a lot of things changing around us. You know, we talk about moving into Dwapara Yuga, and wow, it's an age of energy. It's a little bit higher than Kali Yuga. It's not a high age, but a little bit higher. But it's different. And I was thinking, even for all of us, the changes that will happen will be different. You know, we'll all have to adjust to different things. And so, in other words, ways of seeing things, energy, where it comes from. You know, I remember a while ago, I was reading an article on, this was years ago, maybe a decade. I was reading an article from, I think, Foreign Affairs magazine. I was running through an airport, I saw it, and I thought, wow, the Great Battery Race. And it was about how we need more energy. We're in an age of energy now. We need more energy, but the big deal is how to store it. And one person had created a battery out of a piece of paper. And I thought, wow, how does that even work? I don't know. But I just thought things like that, where for all of us, we'll need to accept reality as it is. I was thinking about, in my own life, when working with Swami Kriyananda, it was really quite an amazing time. I mean, I've written about it in the book that I wrote, Say Yes to Life, Spiritual Adventure and Discipleship in the Building of Ananda. but it was like ongoing, ongoing new ideas, new songs, new ways of doing things. All of this in the creation of this very new community called Ananda. We brought it, Swami Master brought it out of nothing. There was no Ananda before we came. There was no spiritual community before Swami Kriyananda began pulling that, drawing that out of the ether and into manifestation. In other words, what does it look like to live in a world brotherhood colony, a world brotherhood community? We didn't know. We were learning as we went. And I was remembering one momentous time in my life when I had been working with Swami for a while, doing different things. He would ask me to do things, and I said yes as much as possible, because it was really a tremendous opportunity to grow and expand my awareness and what was possible for me to do. And so I learned quite a lot. But Pranaba and I, at a certain point, we were working at the Expanding Light, and we were always, Swami's way of working with Ananda was to energize different areas. And so the retreat was always a big concern of his, how it was doing, how it was working. And so we were working there, and we got the idea of let's create a tour. We'll go out on tour, and we will bring people to the Expanding Light. There'll be, we'll do classes and stuff. And so we did this. We left here. We traveled to Salt Lake City. We went Salt Lake City, Fort Collins, Denver. What's the one down the road from Denver? Colorado Springs. Then we went down to Sedona. We went to Albuquerque. We went to Phoenix. It was a big loop. But right as we were building momentum, making contacts and all of this, and that was our whole mindset, was going in that direction. And so we were driving from Colorado Springs down to Sedona. And I think actually we were in Albuquerque and we went down to Sedona. At any rate, it was a drive. We needed to make it, and we needed to be there because that night we had a program. And so we were driving and enjoying everything, and we probably went a little too slow. And so it started to get dark, and we made a wrong turn, and we took 45 minutes more than we needed to take, and we were looking at, we had to arrive, shower, have something to eat, and go to the program, prepare for the program, and go to the program and do it. And so we were like, oh my God, what's happening? And so we did. We arrived, and just like right now, the time change gave us an extra hour. We arrived at the woman's house, and she said, oh, it's only 6 o'clock, not 7, and we were like, oh, yay, thank you, God. Literally, thank you, God, because we knew, Anyway, so we arrived, and so we were able to spend a decent amount of time with her as well, and then the program went all fine. But the kicker came when we came back from that program. There was a phone message on her phone, and it said, immediately call Terry McGilloway, Hriman, when you can, immediately, tonight. And so it was 9:30 at night, and we're thinking, wow, really? But we called, and so Hriman, his first message to us, not message, but his first statement to us was, in his inimitable way, how's your Italian? And we were like, what? And so he proceeded to tell us that Swami Kriyananda had just asked him to call us because he wanted to know if we could move to Ananda CC immediately, indefinitely. and so we were like, what? But For me, I thought, oh, I've really wanted to go back to Italy. I was there at Como, and it was really nice to be nice. But now? And Pranava, so we both said, yes, of course we'll come. Yes, naturally. But the interesting thing was the energy, our energy, my energy, was so much in motion in this other way of this tour and the people we met and all of that, that when we arrived back at Ananda, the village here, I felt like, and I was perfectly willing to go to Italy, move there. I felt like I had hit a brick wall, just boom. And I thought, wow, really? I mean, I didn't know how to accept completely. You know, I accepted in one way, but the energy was so much in momentum for this tour that really shifting into another gear was a test. And so, and Swami also was very, he meant immediately. So we came back, we took a week of seclusion, 3 days into it, we're like, okay, that's it, we're done. And so we just accepted. At that point, it was fine. It was like, okay, this is absolutely what's happening. We sold our car, we packed our belongings, we stored things, we packed suitcases, and within, I would say, 4 weeks, we were on a plane with Shivani going back to Ananda Sisi for indefinite. So, but it was interesting to me because I had experience with this. I mean, I had done things before where the energy shifted and all of that, but somehow it was so much in motion, and I was so much in motion with it that I got caught. And so it was a good lesson because as the prayer said, come into every aspect of my being and make sure that I'm accepting things. Because we're working with energy and consciousness and ego. The ego's still there. And so we're needing to really practice shifting on a dime. I remember Swami used to say that. He said, a yogi should be able to turn on a dime. In other words, change directions. Do something different, do something new. What you're asked to do, accept the new circumstances and just do it without reserve. And so anyway, it was just a very interesting time. But then the other thought that I was having, and the thing of acceptance, I think, is really, really important in our time because we're in a time of, as I said, tremendous change, and we don't know what will happen. You know, we have, I'm talking now election. We have an election on Tuesday in the United States, and we don't really know what will happen, what will come out of that, and how do we work with that? How do we accept that? Whatever happens, we live in a democracy, we have to accept for things to function and continue functioning in the right way. So that was on my mind, and I'll come back to that. But then I thought, look at the amount of energy that was started by Babaji calling Lahiri to the Himalayas. And this happened to be the calendar reading for today, talking specifically about that. It was very interesting to me. And this is what Babaji is saying. The cries of many bewildered worldly men and women have not fallen unheard on the ears of the great ones, Babaji said to Lahiri. You have been chosen to bring spiritual solace through Kriya Yoga to numerous earnest seekers. The millions who are encumbered by family ties and heavy worldly duties will take new heart from you, a householder like themselves. You must guide them to see that the highest yogic attainments are not barred to the family man. Even in the world, the yogi who faithfully discharges his responsibilities without personal motive or attachment treads the sure path of enlightenment. And that statement at that moment in time in India was a revolution. It was just absolutely not what was happening at the time, but it was what Babaji was saying to Lahiri, that, by the way, you've just been being a bookkeeper. He was 33 years old. He had just traveled 500 miles. I think he said it took him a month to go from where he was to Raniket. And he was a married man with children. And he had a job as a bookkeeper for the English, for the British. And anyway, I just thought, wow, that moment in time really set in motion a whole new wave. And we all know this, but somehow it's coming more strongly for me right now. I think especially because of what's happening in this country and just seeing all over the world. But just that letting loose of energy. So Lahiri comes back to Varanasi and works with the people there, quietly, silently, every day, giving the teachings and initiating people who sincerely ask into Kriya Yoga. Sri Yukteswar becomes his disciple, writes a book, The Holy Science, that Babaji commissions him to do, and then showing the underlying unity. Again, these were not concepts that were known at the time. And so then, Master, trained by Sri Yukteswar for 10 years, comes to America. And he didn't just come to the West, he came to America, to Boston, and he made a beeline for Los Angeles. And that was his headquarters there. That's where he established himself. But all of the teachings that Master brought, I don't remember the exact wording of it, but when Master came to Los Angeles, he spoke for 3 nights at the Philharmonic Auditorium. It was packed every night. And one of the comments by a reporter from the Los Angeles Times was, a Hindu monk coming preaching Christian concepts in a Christian world, a Christian country. And so again, very, very new things that Master continued to bring. Lahiri with Kriya, Sri Yukteswar, Holy Science, and now Master comes, an avatar, came to America and brought the concepts, the teachings, the understanding vibrationally of what Dwapara Yuga was bringing us now. It had started already, but it wasn't fully understood. And so Master, as Swami told us, and Master himself said this, he brought a new dispensation. And it was for people to understand, to know that they could, just what Babaji said to Lahiri in the Himalayas, that God could be known in the marketplace, in the cities, in the country, wherever you are, God could be known, and self-realization was the way to do it, and here are all the techniques, affirmations, everything that you need to be able to do this. And so, a very thrilling time. But again, Master came and we hear, yes, he lectured to 5,000 people. This is the classic one. He lectured to 5,000 people in Minneapolis. And Dr. Lewis, who happened to be there that night, because Master Yogananda, was having thousands of people come all the time to these lectures. But in Minneapolis, Dr. Lewis was there and he said, wow, 5,000 people, Master. Master turned to him and he said, we'll be lucky if we get 5 for the class. And that's exactly what they got, 5 out of 5,000. So, again, the teachings were being shared, they were being put out there, the vibration of it all by Yogananda. But the reality was, people weren't ready to really do anything about it. They were interested. It was unique, and it was liberating. Who even knew what that meant? But then we have Master defining self-realization, which again, I've always just loved the simplicity and the openness, the invitation for all of us. So he said, self-realization is the knowing in all parts of body, mind, and soul that you are now in possession of the kingdom of God, that you don't need to pray that it come to you, that God's omnipresence is your omnipresence, that all you need to do is improve your knowing. Isn't that improve your knowing? That's all you need to do. And that's called the spiritual path, and we're on it for decades, not only decades, but lifetimes. But the invitation is there, and not only the invitation, but everything that each of us needs to progress on the spiritual path. And so it's just really, I don't know, in my mind, I just think we are so blessed. And keep in mind with that word acceptance, every one of us chose to come right now. So all the tests that we get in this particular lifetime, great, because they will be the ones that will free us. They are made specially for us, and we chose them. So don't resist, accept, but also be very aware. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up, It means accepting reality and then figuring out how to deal with it, what you've got, So that's a different, again, they're different mindsets, different understanding of how to live your life. And so it's very, I don't know, I just find this time challenging and yet very, very wonderful, because I think what Yogananda, Swami Kriyananda, as a channel for Master to us, has given us is the ability, the openness, the opportunity to be free in this lifetime. Master even said that, and Swami said it to us. He said, you should try to achieve Jivan Mukta in this lifetime. Now, Jivan Mukta is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. We're talking, up here. But I thought, everything, even the definition of self-realization, they're all attainable, and we have to say, where am I at? But they're attainable. It's a goal. It's something we want to keep in mind always. And then we work our way toward that. Yeah. Who knows where each one of us is at in that? We don't even know what our own karma is. As Master said about the one woman who left Mount Washington, and it was a test of relationship, that kind of thing. But he said, and this is really amazing, not amazing, daunting. He said, if she had stayed 24 hours more, she would have been done with that karma forever. Freed from it forever. And I thought, oh, wow. So for each of us, we want to work with what we've been given. And I'll just say, and I want to close with this because, I hope you're all right with this. I would like to invite all of you to say the peace and harmony prayer with me for the United States, because we don't know where the energy's going. Right now it's Sunday, we've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and who knows what happens after that. But the peace and harmony prayer is very potent. And I thought, that's something we could all do together. And I would suggest also that we do it beyond. Use it as you feel appropriate to. But we're in such a time of turmoil that I think it will help. So we repeat the first part 10 times, and we repeat the second part 3 times. First part, Lord, fill the United States with peace and harmony, 10 times. 3 times, Lord, fill me with peace and harmony, peace and harmony. It has to go both ways. So let's begin, as you feel to. If you don't feel to do it, it's fine. Lord, fill the United States with peace and harmony, peace and harmony. Lord, fill the United States with peace and harmony, peace and harmony. Lord, fill the United States with peace and harmony, peace and harmony. Lord, fill the United States with peace and harmony, peace and harmony. Lord, fill the United States with peace and harmony, peace and harmony. Lord, fill the United States with peace and harmony, peace and harmony. Lord, fill the United States with peace and harmony, peace and harmony. Lord, fill the United States with peace and harmony, peace and harmony. Lord, fill the United States with peace and harmony, peace and harmony. Lord, fill the United States with peace and harmony, peace and harmony. Lord, fill me with peace and harmony, peace and harmony. Lord, fill me with peace and harmony, peace and harmony. Lord, fill me with peace and harmony, peace and harmony. Thank you very much, and use this prayer as you feel to in the coming days and weeks. There's all kinds of situations all over the world, but since we're here in the United States and we're in a very uncertain time, let's keep this in mind along with the affirmation for acceptance. But in acceptance you gain power because you drop into the moment and you look at what's really happening and you figure out what to do with your own energy. So it's a very powerful thing to be able to use and to use it all the time.
India there lived by the banks of a stream a hermit whose prayers chose applause for their theme. He gazed at the flowers and he smiled at the sun. Then he clapped with delight, Lord, he cried, oh, well done.
Well done, Lord, oh, very well done. The mountains that laugh with the gypsy clouds, the fields smile to welcome the sun. All nature sings praises aloud. The fields smile to welcome the sun. All nature sings praises aloud. The trees dance to show their elation. A day on God's earth has begun. And every true heart in creation in speechless wonder is found. And every true heart in creation in speechless wonder is found. Well done, Lord, oh, very well done. The joy that you planted in children's hearts, the thrill known in bearing a son, the hope when a trial departs, the thrill known in bearing a son, the hope when a trial departs. The gladness of men in their neighbors, of youth and its victories won, our joys are the proof of your labors. How wonderful, Lord, are your cause. Our joys are the proof of your labors. How wonderful, Lord, are your cause. Well done, Lord, oh, very well done. At last I discovered the mystic key, the world's joy, oh, secretive one, replies to your sweetness in me. The world's joy, oh, secretive one, replies to your sweetness in me. For here in my heart lies the answer, your like a diamond.